How many times am I gonna get this video? I almost made this a subathon, a goal in the subathon. I've been suggested this video probably 1,000 times, and I've gone out of my way to not watch it just because I've explained why I won't watch it, and I get suggested it so much. 5 terrifying whale species unknown to science. How would they be unknown to science if you can make a video about them? Wouldn't that imply that they are known? Or are they only known to this guy? Science doesn't know anything about them, but this guy knows something about them. Oh, he made them up. Okay. 5 terrifying whale species unknown to science. This should be interesting. This guy knows of 5 species that scientists have never heard of. That's crazy.
Whales are not only the largest animals alive today, they are the largest.
And he immediately goes to something with the drawing quality of that fucking dinosaur video with the dinosaur with the neck and the man face, and it goes,
Over the past few hundred years, sailors and whalers have reported seeing whales they cannot identify, so they could be what is known as cryptid whales. They are cetaceans claimed to exist by cryptozoologists on the basis of informal sightings, but not accepted by taxonomists as they lack formal descriptions of type specimens.
Okay, so he's just talking about mythology. He's saying things that are not accepted as formal descriptions because they don't have specimens. So these are just things that people made up or told stories about that have never actually been caught for a good reason. Also, what is going on here? This is not a whale.
From whales with totally unknown features to those
beluga,
who are as big as an island.
Okay, sperm whale.
These are 5 terrifying whale species unknown to science.
Can't wait to see.
Number 5, Giglioli's whale. This possible unrecognized species of whale was first reported in 1860.
It's the same footage! How is this everywhere? I've watched 3 videos in a row that have just used this exact same mast sailing in the ocean as footage. Where did they all get this? Why is this just the go-to footage for a mast in the ocean? I don't get it. This is crazy. I'd never seen it before today, and I've seen it 3 videos in a row.
The whale looked like a rorqual, but the most notable difference was the presence of 2 large dorsal fins about 6.6 feet, 2 meters apart, which no known whales have. Other unusual features include the presence of 2 long sickle-shaped flippers and a lack of ventral pleats, which are on most whales reported in the area. There have been a couple. So
this is just okay.
Of others.
All right. So much about this is wrong. This might be just an actual whale species that we haven't described yet. It could just be mutation, deformity, whatever. But even if it is just an actual whale species that hasn't been described yet, why is it is it a terrifying whale species unknown to science? How would you know? Your science? Holy fuck, you're right. I don't know any of these whales, apparently. Otherwise, if I knew them, then they would be known to science.
Following year. And the other one in the Mediterranean Sea between Corsica and the French mainland in 1983.
How many times are they going to show this fucking orange dead whale on the beach?
Could an unknown whale species be in all those parts of the world? Many scientists and researchers do not believe it is a new species of baleen whale, but a rare genetic mutation, which is very possible.
Yep.
Given the species' alleged size and attributes, it is extremely doubtful such a species would not have been taken and reported by modern commercial whalers, bringing into doubt its very existence. However, many new species of whale have been discovered in recent years, many of them just from carcasses. Number 4, Alula killer.
Okay, so it's just not a new species of whale, it's just a mutation of an old species. So it's not terrifying, it's not a new species, and it is known to science. Perfect.
The Alula killer has the same basic shape as its namesake, the killer whale or orca.
So that's not a killer whale right there.
It was discussed and illustrated for
the
first
fuck? Okay, that is like a Japanese illustration. Why does it have hair? Are those scars?
Time, but not formally named by journalist W.F.J. Morzer-Bruins in his book Field Guide of Whales and Dolphins. The author claimed to have seen the creature several times. Alula whale resembles a sepia.
Okay, if you write your own field guide to identifying something, you should not be allowed to put in a species that only you have seen. Like, imagine if I bought a fish identification book and there was just like a species that the author made up and they're like, no, I swear, it's real. You should not be allowed to do that. The ID book should be collaborative efforts with only described species. This guy just made up a whale and then put it in the book, and now it's an actual thing that people believe because it's in his book.
Number 3, high fin sperm whale.
Okay.
The high-finned sperm whale is a supposed variant or relative of the known sperm whale that is said to live in the seas around the Shetland Islands in Europe, the Antarctic Ocean, and Nova Scotia.
So it just is known to... I don't get it. There are sperm whales with higher fins. They might be a separate species. How is this a terrifying species unknown to science? I guess it's just the classic disconnect from the title.
He described their dorsal fins as being similar to a mizzen mast. Although species cannot be given scientific...
What the fuck? Hold on, my camera's in the way. You guys got to see what's going on. This dude needs to see a dentist. That is horrifying.
A possible sighting was off the Annapolis base in Nova Scotia, Canada on September...
Why is there such ominous music playing? Okay, there might be a subspecies of sperm whale which has a higher dorsal fin. Why does the music sound like I'm about to get ambushed by Freddy Fazbear?
Number 2, Moore's Beach Monster.
We've gone so far. We've just gone so far. What is that?
About 3 to 30 meters. Number 2, Moore's...
What is this? How is this a terrifying whale species? This is just... this is insane.
Beach Monster. The Moore's Beach Monster was a cryptid carcass discovered in
Long whale.
1925 on Moore's Beach, now National Bridges State Beach in California. The creature had a strange duck-like head and...
How is this a whale? What is this? Even if this were a thing. It's so weird.
what looked like a long neck. When telling of the beast, he described it as being a serpent-like monster, approximately 50 feet in length, 20 feet in diameter, with a fish's tail and a duck's head.
How is this a whale? A fish's tail and a duck's head. Neither of those things make sense. Whales are mammals. They are not birds and they are not fish. How do you combine? Zach, stretch your face cam out and you'll be a new species. Holy shit, humans 2.0. I've discovered a new species.
According to them, the specimen was 34 feet long, its head bigger than a barrel, and its eyes bigger than an abalone. Also, it had a great oval-shaped body with a neck 7 feet
It's just
long.
Godzilla.
But perhaps the most intriguing description of them all was given by E.L. Wallace, a man who described himself as the president of the Natural History Society of British Columbia.
He described himself as the president of the society? Did anyone agree with him? How do you describe yourself as the... I am the president of the United States. You can't just describe yourself as the president of something. I am the president of science. E.L. Wallace isn't a real person. There is no record of E.L. Wallace. So not only is he not real, but even as a not real person, he described himself as the president of a society.
Theory, as the backbone of a whale is far larger than any bone in this animal. Again, its tail is too weak for an animal of the deep, and does away with that last
I
version.
guess it's unknown to science because it's not real. I guess technically all of anything that's not real is unknown to science because it's not real.
I would call it a type of plesiosaur.
What?
He speculated that the animal had died back in the age of the dinosaurs, some 65 million years ago, and its body had then been preserved in the ice of a glacier. But the glacier must have recently melted as it floated south, releasing its long-held occupant, which was then washed up on the California beach. The story of a plesiosaur find was reported widely in contemporary newspapers. But what was less widely reported was that when the carcass was...
It's not very plausible, but it's better than seeing, something that you think might resemble that and automatically assuming it must still be alive.
Taken to the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco, the plesiosaur...
There wasn't ice at that time period? Fair enough.
Story was quickly debunked. Scientists there immediately identified it as the decomposing carcass of a Baird's beaked whale.
Oh. So everyone freaked out over nothing. It was just a normal-ass whale.
Number 1, devil whale.
This is from a kid's cartoon. What is this?
Our last creature could be considered as the whale of a tale. The devil whale is a legendary demonic whale-like sea monster.
Jesus.
According to myths, this whale is of enormous size and could swallow entire ships. In the 6th century AD, Saint Brendan, an Irish cleric, and 18...
What is this guy doing? Father! Please! Not the whale! This guy's like, bro, it's not that deep, man.
And then the island began to move.
Okay.
Terrified, the monks fled back to their boat, leaving the food and fire behind. St. Brandon urged them not to be afraid. It was simply the great fish Jesconius.
Ah, yes. No, wait, you guys were on an island and then it moved? That's just the great fish. No, he's chill. We're friends with the great fish.
Labored night and day to put his tail in his mouth, but for greatness he may not. Naturalist Conrad Gessner.
Wait, he labors night and day to put his tail in his mouth? So the mythology behind this fish is it is a giant island-sized fish that is just chasing its tail for eternity? That's kind of badass. Troll whale?
When the whale is
Why is everyone saying troll whale? Did I miss something?
With Jesconius by another name, the troll whale or devil whale.
I did miss
which
that.
lies asleep in the water.
Troll whale with this.
Gessner was likely inspired by Magnus, who claims that the whale's skin is like sand, lending to its confusion with a beach. When the whale is disturbed by the sailors' dinner fires, it sinks.
I don't care how much skin feels like sand, I'm not gonna confuse it for a beach. Like, I've never felt a cat's tongue and been like, holy shit, I'm on the beach. That's such an insane thing to say. Even if your skin feels like it wouldn't move. There wouldn't be grains. Like,
its occupants were the quintessence of terror, wrote marine biologist Richard Ellis in his book Monsters of the Sea. This sporadic contact spawned tales of horrible beasts. Quite often, these horrible beasts were, in truth, cetaceans.
This video looks really interesting. I don't know that I want to watch another video, but I might save this.